I'm Turk Strongman. It's the Ron Q. Raman Chiraka. Thank you for selecting this videos on eye contact with would-be predators of the humankind, especially stalkers, possible serial killers. Before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, take a moment right now to do it. And while you're at it, activate the notification bell feature. Share the joy of this channel with others with one easy click on the thumb up icon just below the video. Now, eye contact. All right, look. We're having eye contact, you and I, right now. You might ask, Turk, almost all of your videos, especially in the last year or so, have been in black and white. Now, why the sepia color? All right, here's your answer. Given my facial hair and my head hair back here, I think I kind of look like a Civil War Army colonel for the South or the North, right? Sort of like that. And here, naturally, fitting the era relevant, this is where an Injun scalped me, right? But the hair grew back. Okay, so I figured I'd just go sepia because that's kind of like era relevant. It's era. It's era, right? Okay. Now let's go. Eye contact, and then like giving a big smile, let's say. Or, not a smile, but a stare. Jeez, what am I talking about? A smile. Eye contact. Gaze straight back. All right, let's talk about that. It works. At least with some predator types, stalkers. People have very bad intent if they're following you around, or they're in your face, danger is imminent, murder is on their mind, whatever. Okay? It doesn't work with all of them. It's a good question. And it's a good idea to not decide whether it works with all of them or otherwise. It's a considerably consequential matter. Hindsight, in my own experiences, indicates that the answer is yes and no. Both, in a sense. Don't mean to be stating a contradiction, but there is an element of truth that it works with them all, but there are a lot of factors involved. I can only touch on a few of them here. As almost always with people, numerous factors come into play over each and every action. And two that stand out to me right now are the predator's general disposition and the predator's reason for acting the predator with you as the prey. If the predator has a canine-like disposition, a big bad stare back at the predator is likely to make things worse. And if his or her reason for the action, the predatory action, has to do with being paid to do it, like an assassination, a hired killer, then a stare probably won't do anything, one way or the other. If the predator is a bear or a leopard, the stare will probably be of help. But of course, if the predator is a dog man, you know what a dog man is? Yeah. They are natural creatures. And if you don't know what they are, look them up. I'll show you 2 pictures of them. Actual photos. In that case, the stare is a bad idea, whereas bowing down in humble subjugation is a good idea. Dogman photos. Can you see these? Here. This one, near Boise, Idaho, and this one is the Michigan Dogman. All right, got it. There you go. Hope that came across clearly enough for you. All right, well, that was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek thing to say, but it's true also. If it's a dog man, and the stare is not going to work out very well. All right. The stalker types that are most likely to be intimidated by full eye contact are the ones who derive vital energy from a prey's fear. Turning around, retreating. The predator must feel in control in order to act. If that person, the predator, the stalker, the serial killer, gets the feeling that he or she has attempted to make prey out of another predator, they're going to quickly lose interest. They're not interested in a battle. This is similar to when a psychopath's victim lets the psychopath know that he or she, the psychopath, has been caught in his game. He's now been busted in his whole charade. And his victim is on to him, so to speak. Most psychopaths disappear from their victims' lives at that point. They go on to their next victims. Unsuspecting victims. So, how can you tell when the stare will most likely work and when it most likely won't? I think there's no surefire formula for that. I want to say it's mostly an intuitive thing. But saying that is about as weak and ignorant as is a medical doctor saying about a joint ache, well, it's most likely a bit of arthritis. A bit more informed answer has it that a person will be in a good position to know which way to go with the eye contact thing if that person, himself or herself, is in touch with his or her own inner predator side. You know, it takes one to know one. Another indication is whether the stalker or would-be predator, mugger, or what have you, quickly gets down to business. It's sort of like when you say, let's say you're a woman. You see some beefsteak guy over there. You'd like to talk to him, but you hesitate. And the hesitation makes you lose your nerve altogether. And later in hindsight, you say to yourself, I should have just got up and went right over to him before I mind-screwed myself out of it. If the would-be predator is right there, and instead of doing the dirty, he does some posturing and scaring, and the would-be victim picks up the slack right then with a big bad stare, and whatever else might go with it, chances are pretty good that the situation will quickly fizzle out. Those are just a few observations I've made from my own past. I didn't think of the above stuff at those times when things are actually occurring, though. Mostly I felt my way through each one. I recall one time in New York City long ago. I was in my mid-20s. I was walking late at night alongside the Port Authority bus terminal in the Hell's Kitchen area. The street along the long wall of the bus terminal is, or at least was back then, dark and barren. Not a good place for a late night stroll back then. I got about 25% into the block heading west when I heard a voice a little distance behind me. Yo, white boy, You're going to taste your own blood tonight. I turned my head and I looked back and I saw 3 black thugs about 50 feet behind me, looking at me, doing their best ghetto gangsta ambles toward me. Nobody else was around. My own gait was as usual. Confident alpha male stride that indicated that I had a clear and imminent destination in mind. Without hesitation and while still looking back over my shoulder at them, I bent forward a little at the hip, stuck out my ass, slapped it hard and loud. Then I resumed on my way as before. About 5 seconds later, I turned my head to look back again. They had turned around and were now heading back the way they'd come. It was a moment during which I hadn't thought about much of it at all. Felt my way through it. In hindsight, though, I guess my brazenness had suggested to them, go ahead. Go ahead, taste this. I hope that helps you. All of that makes some sense to you. Helps you. Maybe you'll remember something about that. All of that I just said. In a situation that may arise in your life anytime, day or night, just around the corner. Thanks again for selecting this video. You like it? Give it a thumb up. Didn't like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
My wife says she liked it. She's making pancakes back there right now. You didn't like it? Give it your other thumb up. Just don't give it your middle finger. Share the joy of this channel with others by subscribing, getting notified, and giving it a thumb up, okay? There you go. I'm Turk Strongman and Thriving Ramajaraka. Be safe and be well.